A sailing ship glides over dunes of golden sand, captained by a determined leader and his crew of seasoned monster hunters. Their voyage comes to an abrupt end when they accidentally awaken a sand-dwelling terror known as Diablos. The monstrous beast slams into the ship, and in the chaos, several hunters are lost. As the captain wrestles with the wheel, he narrowly steers the ship to safety. But in the struggle, one hunter falls overboard. In the modern world, Army Captain Natalie Artemis leads her squad into the desert on a search and rescue mission to find missing soldiers. All they have to guide them are a recorded distress signal and tire tracks. As they follow the trail, Artemis and her team arrive at a site scattered with strange stone markers. Dark clouds begin to swirl above them, and the earth rumbles as lightning strikes the markers, causing them to glow ominously. The storm pulls the squad into a portal, and they plummet into an alien desert encircled by a raging storm and uncharted mountains. Their electronics are fried, the compass is useless, and they rely on the sun to guide them back. During their trek, the team stumbles upon the charred remains of another squad, burned by something beyond human design. Among the ashes, they find glass fused from melted sand, evidence of unimaginable heat. As they press forward, a lone hunter spies on them from afar. Soon, the soldiers reach a massive ribcage embedded in the sands. The hunter, hoping to warn them, shoots an arrow tipped with red chalk, but the squad mistakes it for an attack and opens fire. Beneath the sands, Diablo stirs, drawn to the noise. The creature erupts from the ground and chases the team, immune to their gunfire. As it closes in, it kills one soldier, Axe, and impales another, Steeler, on its horn. With his dying breath, Steeler releases a grenade, buying the squad just enough time to escape into a nearby cave. Dash, panicking, is comforted by Artemis, but their relief is short-lived. They soon encounter swarms of venomous spiders called Nerscylla. Artemis is stung and falls unconscious. The team fires desperately as the spiders swarm. Marshall is dragged away, and Dash is overrun. The hunter, observing from a nearby cave, intervenes and shoots at the spiders to help the soldiers. Artemis awakens in a cocoon, hanging upside down among her fallen comrades. She cuts herself free and salvages a flare from a fallen teammate. While searching, she finds Link alive, but gravely injured. Horrifyingly, his body swarms with hatching spider eggs. As the eggs burst, a larger spider devours Link, forcing Artemis to flee. She ignites the spider with a flare and oxygen canister. As the creature burns, she escapes, tossing a rack of bullets into the flames to create an explosive distraction. Out in the desert, Artemis meets the hunter again at an abandoned shipwreck. Mistaking each other for enemies, they fight. The hunter captures Artemis and takes her to his cave, denying her food and water. When Artemis retaliates by destroying his two sacred figurines, representing his lost family, the hunter grows enraged. After a brief struggle, Artemis saves the hunter from falling into a spider pit. In a rare moment of peace, she shares a chocolate bar with him, and he offers her water in return. Determined to return home, Artemis proposes they face Diablos together using military weapons. However, the hunter suggests a different plan. They must use Nerscylla venom to incapacitate the beast. Agreeing to the strategy, Artemis lures a spider by singing from a mountain ledge. The hunter ambushes the creature, severing its head with his blade. They collect its venomous fangs and retreat to the cave, where they bond over their losses and exchange words in each other's languages. With newfound trust, the pair prepare to take on Diablos. They plan to trap it within a shipwreck and use venom-tipped arrows. The strategy unfolds smoothly at first, but the hunter loses his figurines and is thrown off the ship by the raging beast. In a desperate final move, Artemis climbs onto the monster's back and drives the hunter's sword into its skull, slaying the creature. Exhausted but victorious, Artemis tends to the injured hunter and carries him on a stretcher made from Diablos' hide. Taking shelter from a sandstorm, the two encounter peaceful, tortoise-like creatures called Apsaros. While resting by a waterhole, a monstrous Cephalos emerges to attack, but the hunter slays it with a quick strike. They roast the creature and share a quiet meal before continuing toward the Sky Tower, the key to Artemis's return home. As they camp for the night, a colossal winged beast, Rathalos, descends, setting the forest ablaze. In the ensuing chaos, a stampede of Apsaros separates Artemis from the hunter. Just as Artemis is about to be crushed, the Admiral and the Hunter's former crew arrive in the nick of time, along with the handler, the crew member the Hunter once saved. Artemis expresses her gratitude to the Admiral, but he betrays her trust by knocking her unconscious. When she wakes, she finds herself imprisoned, surrounded by crew members who treat her like an outsider. The Hunter, feeling guilty, drives them away. Artemis escapes from the cage, sneaking into the ship's kitchen, where she encounters a feline humanoid chef. The Admiral explains his actions, revealing that the Sky Tower is responsible for the gateway between worlds. He fears that Artemis's presence threatens both realms. To return her home, they must confront Rathalos, which guards the tower. The crew devises a plan to defeat the fire-breathing beast. After a grueling trek through lava-filled terrain, they find more melted glass shards, signaling the presence of the monster. The Admiral warns them that Rathalos is most vulnerable before it breathes fire. As they engage the beast, several crewmates perish in the inferno. The tower's markers glow ominously, signaling the portal's activation. With the monster bearing down on her, Artemis leaps from the tower into the portal, returning to her world. Soldiers, searching for her team, find her and airlift her to safety. But Rathalos follows through the portal, attacking the helicopter and causing it to crash. In a final showdown, Artemis battles the monster on her own, wounding it with a crossbow and igniting a flare inside its mouth, burning it from within. As the beast readies its final attack, the Hunter emerges, firing explosive arrows that finally bring the monster down. The Admiral soon follows, revealing that more creatures have crossed into Artemis's world. He offers her a choice: to fight alongside them and end the threat once and for all. In the aftermath, Artemis joins the Admiral, the Hunter, and the feline chef as they prepare for one final battle to destroy the Sky Tower and close the gate.